Attack is back, cause I'm mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys of wrestling. Testing competition, win the war, that's their mission. Not no mercy, see the ring, start the street. If you don't know, you better find out the wolf pack. Here to prove a point, number one, best believe that you don't want to tussle with them. I'll be here for them, come in the ring with them, you're never walking out again. Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. Don't turn your back on
And welcome to Thursday night, a little delayed because I had a good dinner, and it's last night I'm going to be 41. What's going on, Will?
Yeah, not much. What's going on?
Not much, just beginning the beginnings of Danapalooza 42.
What's up?
But have we got a show for you guys? We've been talking about it every episode. We've been talking about it off air. Hell, we've talked about it with everybody here. I mean, I think that's a pretty safe to say. And just because usually I put our subjects in all caps, we got to go with these guys because they're the little guys that don't get the recognitions. Lowercase for the jobbers, or enhanced talent, if you want to be a dick about it.
They are known now. If you want to be sports entertainmentally politically correct or whatever.
Yeah. So enhancement talent. Now, I know that we've all been, for the majority of us, have been watching wrestling for an awful long time, and these guys used to come on every show, like local talent, or is what they would call them now, like the local competitor. Yep, the local competitor. We didn't get that. We got whoever was coming out music, and then what we now call the jobber entrance. No
currently
music
in the ring.
Yep, currently in the ring, just standing there. Oh, and
waiting to count the lights.
Oh yes, count the lights and collect their check. And just a reminder, guys, filler segment right here on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe as per usual, as we say every week. Tell everybody, because we're a show for the fans, by the fans. And this fan wants to talk about enhancement talent. So, I mean, we have names probably coming at you guys. Well, I already know which one we're going to talk about later.
There's going to be a few.
There's going to be quite a few, but, a few that I'd like to. So, I mean, Mount Jobbermore, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not.
No,
they'd be the over the mountain.
Right.
They'd be put over the mountain.
The put you over the Mount Trash. Mount Rushmore.
Exactly. Now I remember Iron Mike Sharp.
Yeah.
Him. I mean, I have to bring him up first because
I actually watched a match from like 1987 today with him and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I saw one 2 nights ago with it, and then I just remember the very first time I saw Primetime Wrestling, they actually had two jobbers going at it, and it was Brady Boone against.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Yeah, Brady Boone against Iron Mike Sharp. Because he
wasn't always a jobber though.
No, he wasn't. I mean, all right. So I guess we can preface this by saying we know that most of them aren't actual career jobbers. I mean, some of them are, but I mean, some of them, yeah, they were successful in other places. It's just once they got to the big time, Vince jobbed them out.
Yeah.
One of them I didn't realize that I'll bring up here in a little while. But I mean, Iron Mike Sharp was the first real jobber that I just remember, because he was just there. He had the taped up forearm and he'd go every time he hit a move. And he was the first match I ever saw in Primetime Wrestling back in the day. And I'm just like, okay, who are these guys?
Yeah, seriously. Iron Mike is from he's Canadian though, so I'm pretty sure he did some Stampede and maybe a little Maple Leaf while he was up there.
Most likely,
All-Star Wrestling too, probably.
He looked like a stew guy, so if I were to take a guess, I would say Stampede.
He was out there with Stampede Wrestling.
I would have to. Yeah, I mean him, but yeah, Brady Boone. He was. I was gonna segue right into that one. Who later on became Battle Cat, that I found out. Or one.
I always thought that was Al Snow.
No, it was one. He was. It was an incarnation of it. It was kind of like the whole Max Moon situation, right, Ryan Suter?
Yeah, good old Conan.
Good old Conan, and then
Who we now know as Brian Thomas.
Yes, we do.
He wants to change his name to El Jaguar. No, that's a Max Moon mask, sir. You're not.
That is definitely that's definitely Max Moon. But yes, Brady Boone. I mean, he was another enhancement talent, and then he came out. He was like the first like incarnation of a Battle Cat, and then they gave it to Al Snow. Because I remember he did the exact same move set as he was when he was enhancement, when he became Battle Cat, that little backflip like cartwheel thing into the corner, and then followed up by the same kick. It's like, all right, I know who this is.
We get it. That was kind of like when they had to switch Smash from Demolition because everybody recognized him from the Moondogs.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
Little face paint ain't gonna hide who you were a month ago, sir, before you got taken off TV.
Oh, not at all. You got anybody you want to bring up?
Not really off the top of my head, man. I mean,
who did you see? I mean,
you could earlier. I didn't really fall down the rabbit hole like I thought I was, but
you were getting there. You just kind of looking over the edge. You're like,
I did spot a tag match with Terry Gibbs and Barry Horowitz though earlier today against Strikeforce, and that was when Strikeforce were tag champs, so about 87-ish.
Yeah, it'd have to be like 80, like early 87.
Yeah. Terry Gibbs was one that was always popping up every week in a few promotions. Though I remember I saw him in a couple of older WCW matches when they first switched over from NWA to WCW, and they had a show on like Saturday morning on one of the local stations in Chicago. It didn't last real long.
Yeah,
I remember seeing Terry Gibbs on there. He was around a lot. Don't remember him ever winning. Just there.
He was there. No, I feel you. I mean, that's what jobbers were. They were just there.
They were just there.
Just kind of hi.
Right.
But, another one, and, this one, I know he's had success elsewhere, more specifically in Portland. But he was just a dude counting the lights right there towards the end from what I've read on him. And that would be Playboy Buddy Rose.
Yeah, he when he worked for Vince, he didn't really go over much.
No, he was jobbing.
Yeah, he didn't go over much at all.
The only thing that they did was use him as like the fat guy comedy act.
Yeah, which was sad at that point in his career too.
It really was. I mean, after all the success he had in Portland,
right,
and everything. Right. To me, he looked like the skipper from Gilligan's Island, which made it even funnier. You look at him, you put him in a blue suit. He's chasing around a dude in a white shirt and a red hat. White hat and a red shirt. Yeah, there you go. But I mean, I know he had a good run in Portland, but the way every time I saw him, pre-Google and all that stuff to look him up, he was just a jobber.
Yeah, to the heavyweights, really, or jobber to the stars, as they say on one of these shows on this here YouTube. Another one really that sticks out to me. Excuse me. I don't know if I should save him for later in the show because he kind of made a bigger impact. But there was never a Superstars. There was never a wrestling challenge where you did not see Dwayne Gill.
Oh, Gilbert? Yeah. Well,
before that.
Before that. Oh, yeah. He was the blonde mullet with the black Fu Manchu stash and just getting thrown around like yesterday's garbage.
Yep. And that's, to quote Gorilla. But yeah, he every week, man, whether it was a single or a tag before, and what was cool about the whole Gilbert thing though was like he was off TV for so long, Vince probably assumed that everybody had forgot him because he thinks we're all stupid anyway.
Yeah, right.
But he probably thought that everybody all just forgot about this dude, so let's bring him back. But then that's kind of what did it for me with the whole Gilbert character is the fact, like I said, he was off TV for so long, and then all of a sudden he just comes back as this spoof character, which was hilarious. I love Gilbert,
and it was over. It still is.
It still is over. He's always going to be Gilbert. He's never going to be Dwayne Gill anymore.
No, Dwayne Gill died the day Gilbert was born.
Yes,
and and there's only one person that I know won't appreciate that, right, Mark?
I don't know. I don't think he has a problem with Gilbert. It's that other guy. that he has an issue with. I think he's cool with Gilbert. We gotta check on that.
Yeah. Well, I know it's the other guy, but he was even like Gilbert too. What a waste of space.
Yeah,
That's what he keeps saying. Waste of skin, waste of everything. So, that's just Mark. He's hater to the jobbers, hater to the stars.
Hater to the jobbers, hater to the jobbers, to the stars.
To the stars. That's right.
Right.
Because we're bringing up his boy later, so I already know he's going to turn it off at that point. We have to, because you know what? I'll bring him up now. Yes, Ellsworth. Do we like him?
Hell no.
No. But you got to give credit. If we're going to talk about jobbers, we got to give credit where credit is due here. I mean, he was at the right place at the right time.
Definitely a glorified jobber.
I mean, like it or not, he was over. He did his job whether he was liked or not.
Yeah, seriously.
And now he's doing $20 cameos for Mark Jolla for his birthday.
Made a couple bucks out the deal. People know who he is now, so
people know who he is. People loathe him in the group, and
probably everywhere else around America too. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? You're right. Who knows? I mean, I remember meeting him in person here in Prov with Shyla, and she was wearing like a Care Bear suit to like Comic-Con, and this dude was just like, yeah, I really like. He was just really creepy eyes and everything. I'm like, okay,
yeah, that sounds about right.
It's all right. Hall and Nash was there. That's what made up for it.
That made it better.
It made it way better. Hall and Nash was there. X-Pac was there too. He was there with his dog.
Of course. Can't go anywhere without the dog. What was it like? It's like a beagle or something? I don't know what kind of dog to do that.
It's something that you put in a purse. I don't know. I know.
No thanks, I'll pass.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. But yeah, then then if we're gonna talk about enhancement talent, wasn't Sean Waltman? He was supposed to be.
Yeah, he had like 7 names in as many weeks
as he was.
And then he was Lightning Kid, L Kid, something Kid, a bunch of kids.
He was all of it was Kid, but then he ended up being the 1, 2, 3 Kid,
and didn't even get his tights changed yet. He wrestled under the name, but still had L Kid on his tights. I think like 2, but that was when all this stuff was like pre-taped and they were doing like 4 or 5 shows a day.
Yeah, right. But I mean, he was originally supposed to be enhancement talent because he was another one getting thrown around.
Yep.
Just a young kid from Minnesota.
At least they didn't put a mask on him to try to get him over.
Nope. He was just a young baby-faced kid from Minnesota.
Yep. Who just happened to be cool with the cool guys.
Yeah, it's so funny because again, when we got to speak to him, and this was like before like the podcast or anything. I wish I would have had like a recorder to record this. He said legit. He was like, yeah, he goes, I hated 1, 2, 3 Kid. I wanted them to stick with Lightning Kid the whole time. He's like, he goes, it just sounded dumb.
Right, and I think that's who he was before he had got to New York too. So Vince wants to recreate everything, and
if Vince doesn't make it, it didn't exist.
Right, it did.
Pretty much.
Over.
Or if he can't capitalize on it in a big way.
Yeah.
I mean, he made Booker T and Sting pay for it, so that's a whole nother show for a whole nother day.
Very true.
It is
very true. But he, I don't know. It was, it was kind of cool that he did get over like the way he did. But if he didn't, I don't think he would have stuck around long. Like even in a different promotion, he wouldn't have stuck around long. So, and him being in that rare case where a jobber does go over in storyline, being a jobber or whatever, it was kind of cool to see, especially like not knowing the ins and outs of it back then. I was like 12 or something, so
right.
But I thought that was pretty cool to see. I always, on the off chance, want to see a jobber get a win. I didn't really see it. You don't really see it much, or you didn't really see it much in WCW. You didn't really see it much in WCW at all. No. Vince will do it. Vince did it a couple times. He did it in storyline. He did it,
He did it at Horowitz.
Yeah.
Horowitz got his first win.
Yeah, that one worked. I was through the roof.
I think we all were through the roof on that one because Horowitz won.
For years, man. We watched Barry get his ass whooped every week. Like, when
Giving
he
himself the
opened one.
pat on the back every week and just
Yep.
getting a foot in the ass to follow that. And then
Seriously.
what happens?
Oh,
He
Chris
gets a win,
Candido.
and everybody's like, "How about
You-
that?"
You know how he won?
The 3 most dangerous letters in professional wrestling: SRU.
That is correct. That is
Which
correct.
brings me to our next segment right now, which would be sponsored by the Infinite Banter Podcast, your home for old school hip hop.
He might actually like this one this week.
We get your lit of the week.
He might actually like this one this week.
All right, what do we got? Oh yes. Yep, you're gonna. Yep, you definitely get the. You're gonna get the nod there.
Yeah, I'll probably get a T-shirt after this one too.
You better get a T-shirt, maybe some pants. That'd be all right. Some little monogram tracksuits,
Right?
especially now that we got that. Any particular reason why you're wearing that?
No, I just
No,
haven't
they didn't
worn
do
it on the
anything
show yet.
special.
I didn't even look at the scores today. They probably got mopped. Who knows? I don't really care.
All right, which also leads me into my old school player of the week. So, throughout Cubs lore, there's everybody. You got Sosa, you got Bryant,
Sandberg.
you got
Mark
I
Grace,
let me get there.
Andre
man. I was getting
Dawson.
there. You're getting way ahead of me.
Steve
You had Ryan
Bartman.
Stamberg. Yeah, Steve. No, you got to leave him out of there. Can't say Bartman.
Yes, I can. I'm not a coach.
But
man.
you know
I don't
what?
give a damn.
I'm gonna go.
They
deep
won a
into-
World Series already.
You're right, but I'm gonna go deep into the roster, and I'm going to the bullpen.
Oh boy.
We're calling in the Lee Smith special.
Hey,
I like Lee Smith. He used to play
Lee-
here in Boston too. So.
Lee Smith might have a Mount Curlmore slot too.
Lee Smith
Look,
has a curl.
Check back to Lee Smith when he was playing with like St. Louis. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that curl was.
Lee Smith and Dave Stewart was hard to tell apart back in the day.
You weren't kidding because one came out the bullpen, one was a starter, but both had the curliest of curls going
Sure
on.
did. So did Andre Dawson.
Andre Dawson did. I mean, I think Ricky Henderson did it at
Oh,
one point.
yes, Ricky Henderson did. Of course he
They all
did.
did. The only one that didn't was Dave Winfield. He kept the
No, he
little.
wasn't. Yeah, him and Kirby Puckett wasn't having that.
No, Puckett either. Gwynn did. Gwynn had the curl.
He did small a little bit.
But yes, I am giving it to Lee Smith with the Lee Smith special.
Cool. I
Girl
can get down
school.
with Lee Smith.
Player of the week.
I like Lee Smith.
I do too. When he played here in Boston, the stories that came out about that, how he used to get shitty and take a nap in the bullpen. And they just wake him up when they
Right.
get him out and pitch.
There you go. It's your
Like,
turn,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Here's
Get
the
up.
ball.
Here's the ball, go throw.
Right,
So
go do what you gotta.
he'd be like reeking of like booze, just getting up from a nap and just saving the game for the Sox and walking off.
Right. Walking off right back to the pint he had in the dugout in his inside pocket on his pitching jacket.
It was him and Oil Can Boyd.
Dennis Oil Can Boy. Wow. I had this card back in the day.
Sox hat, man.
Yeah. I think he played for the Cubs too for a little bit.
Oh, Oil Can Boyd. I like Oil Can.
I gotta look that up. That sounds like a jobber name too.
He really does, right? Oil
Sounds like
Can.
a jobber name. Oil Can Boyd from Tupelo, Mississippi, from Pearl River, Mississippi.
That's right. We'll say Pearl
Oil
River.
Can.
Yeah,
Right. Oil Can Boyd from Pearl River, Mississippi.
that's right. Throwing back them oil cans and giving you the Pearl River plunge. Sounds like a drink.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe I should. Nah, never mind.
No, you should. No, we'll leave that one alone.
Yeah, we won't touch that.
We'll let the ladies dream about his shorts, which will never get inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's a jobber right there in itself.
Yeah, seriously.
Ahmed Shorts, not Ahmed.
Right. No, Ahmed too. He can. Yeah.
Okay, he won an Intercontinental belt. So you can't call him that. I know
You're
that.
right, yeah, sure. Well, I mean, Janetti jobbed out and he won an Intercontinental title.
Now I'm gonna bring out a jobber name. That shouldn't have been a jobber, but actually it'll be the next two, and they kind of go hand in hand. So I'm gonna say Joe Perfect.
Yeah,
Joe
unfortunately.
Perfect. He had like a good 3 weeks, and then
Another
Yeah.
former IC champ, though, who ended up.
that ended up jobbing. Then just after he had a good 3 weeks, and then that was it. He peaked
Yep.
at 3 weeks.
Yeah. I
A
think
lot of
Vince,
problems with that kid too.
I really think Vince put the IC strap on him on Father's Day as like kind of like to try to push him, but at the same time, it may have been something else behind it. I don't really know what, because nobody really knows what Vince thinks. But I don't know. I just thought, I mean, it was cool, but looking back, it's like, okay, you know, his dad was like the most prominent intercontinental champion of the '90s, and then you have him win it on Father's Day. Like, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this right now?
It's like,
And I couldn't figure it out. And before you knew it, they had took it off of him. So
yeah, again, it was the best 3 weeks of his career.
yeah, seriously. But you know, you can't change history. So
No,
that's permanent.
which I'll segue into the next one, which would be Bo Shyster.
Yes, his partner, Mr.
He's
Liv
another
Morgan.
one. That's where I had to go. If you can't mention one without the other, because
You could, but you know, I mean,
but
why
even
not?
still,
Right?
I mean, Bo Dallas was a former NXT champion for a good minute too. I mean, it's not like he was a transitional. He was.
Oh no, he
NXT
held
champion.
it. I mean, there weren't really many transitional NXT champions.
There aren't really.
Very few. But in the beginning, though, like he took it off of Seth, I believe.
Yep.
And yeah, and then he had a good run until, you know, Triple H wanted to push E, which was cool. Bo, I remember him winning a battle royal to get into the Royal Rumble. I think that was like 2013 or 14. It was early. It was early because I don't think he had been.
He had been called up.
He had just dropped to Big E around that time, I believe.
Yep, he dropped to Big E because him and Rusev were in that Royal Rumble.
No, it was in consecutive years. Rusev was the year after. I remember Rusev was in the year Roman won in Philly.
That's right.
Because that was right before WrestleMania 31. No, it wasn't, because Rusev was U.S. champion at WrestleMania 31. He lost to Cena. So Rusev was WrestleMania 29, I believe, that Royal Rumble, or 30.
Yeah,
maybe 29.
And it was kind of a big deal because
and he did well too. He did really well.
Yeah, that was short-haired Rusev too.
Yeah, it was Alexander Rusev.
Alexander Rusev.
Alexander Rusev back then. He had a real good push until Vince jobbed him out. So
another one, you know. And then, hey, how about I probably say some of the more successful jobbers, the Hardys.
Yeah, they did have a rough go at the beginning, but you know
they took some beatings before they became the Hardy Boys. They jobbed to the stars.
Dude, well, I think it was Matt was the only person to be fully vertical while taking a pedigree.
Yep.
You're not supposed to be vertical at all taking a pedigree, but he was invertedly vertical taking a pedigree.
I saw that. I saw one on the book the other day of I think it was Jeff taking a Razor's Edge.
Yeah, and got folded. Like his toes were in the back of his head, and he wasn't even on his stomach. Like, I don't understand how that happened. I do not understand how that happened.
Put you there, man.
Yeah, and Jeff wasn't even supposed to be there. Jeff was only like 16.
Yeah.
Lying about his age and trying to make a buck. But
it worked, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Really well. We're not going to get into any deeper about Jeff Hardy, but yeah, it worked.
Oh, it worked, man.
It worked. Yeah, it did.
But I mean, the Hardys, you can't, they were there.
No,
we didn't see them.
Nope.
We didn't see them.
I mean, we saw them, but we didn't realize that was them.
Yeah.
Until like docs and stuff started coming out, and this was us. And
yeah, docs, and then people just posting stuff on the interwebs.
Yeah, that's true. That too. Wow, I didn't even think about the Hardys. That was a good one, dude.
I figured you'd like that one. I had that one. I had that one in my back pocket. I knew you'd kind of be like, oh yeah, because we can go there, but we also have to talk about the legendary Steve Lombardi, who should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he should. He should be the first enhancement talent inducted into the Hall of Fame. Give him a wing, Vince. Give him a wing. Not off the chicken either. Give him a wing in your building.
Yeah. The building in your head.
Right.
I mean, hell, all right to H and be like, come on, enhancement talent Hall of Fame. He has to be in there.
Yeah, for real. You can even, since y'all got WCW rights, induct Terrorizing so you can be a 4-time Hall of Famer eventually.
Right. And Stunning Steve.
No, Stunning Steve
wasn't really much of a jobber, but
the Ringmaster was more of a jobber.
All right, now I'm gonna make it. It's almost cringe time because now I have to bring up the WCW jobbers. I didn't consider him a jobber, but I know you are, and that is Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright.
I didn't consider him a jobber either. I used to actually try to do the dance when I was younger. Don't do it. Don't even do it. I will cut this show off. Right, don't do it. I will end the show right now.
I promise you. No, I promise you, I will not do. I don't want to break a hip. So there's that.
I honestly thought you were going to say PN News.
They were on my list too, but I wanted to get Alex Wright out of the way. Das Wunderkind.
Wasn't there like a Terry ripoff?
Yeah, a Terry ripoff.
Yeah,
and his last name was the same.
Yeah, it was the same.
Yeah, it was the same. Yeah, I remember the Terry ripoff.
That's Terry H.
WCW had some good jobbers though. You know
they
what I mean?
did, but it just sucks that I don't remember half of them because all of the ones that I do remember were
and then of course you got my boy Lash LaRue.
What did he really get considered a jobber though? I mean,
he didn't really do much of anything. I just called him. I mean, he joined that stable with like Booker T, and when he brought GI Bro back.
At some point, they were all jobbers though. Like,
they all were, but I mean,
toward 98, 99, when everything was starting to go downhill from there. Like, it was just that's how when I stopped watching Nitro, it became like WCW enhancement hour. It was terrible.
Yeah,
like I looked at everybody like that. Like even guys who I had known.
I even liked the best afro. I liked the best afro in the business back in the 90s. And that was El Dandy.
Please, he didn't have a better afro than Norman Smiley. Knock it off.
Oh no, he had the good Mexi fro, bro. That's what I was looking for. The Mexi fro. Wow. The Mexi fro.
You're right. El Dandy did have it. He did keep it tight up on the.
Oh, he did. It was always all over the place. I'd laugh every time.
Hey, you know who I used to love here talking about El Dandy was Dusty. Dusty used to lose it when El Dandy would wrestle, man. I gotta go back and watch some of that old Nitro, bro. Dusty used to have me dying talking about El Dandy like they had just came from the bar before the match or something like that.
Yeah, he did. And it's so funny because it's true. I thought the same thing. I'm like, did they just pick this guy up inside the street?
Right. Yeah, to put this on and roll into the ring. Put this vest on real quick.
Come here, man. Just go on. We'll give you $10. Give me $10. You can have whatever you want to eat in catering.
Didn't Bret Hart cut a promo on El Dandy too?
I think he did.
So I don't know why. Just right. He probably didn't know why either. El Dandy,
and then who was it? Oh, a jobber. Well, considered a jobber for a little while in the WCW, but was in the WWE as one half of a successful tag team was Mike Enos.
Mean Mike, the Beverly brother. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was Blake.
Was he Blake? I think
it was Blake. I don't care. Bo or Blake, but it was Mike Enos.
He was didn't they call him the Mauler in WCW? Now he was the guy who was in the ring when Scott Hall came out of nowhere.
Yeah. There was Mike Enos and someone else. Chris Chaos or something like that.
I don't know. Chris Chaos. Okay. Yeah, I do remember meeting Mike Enos though from the Beverly Brothers. Shaker Heights, Ohio, which is an actual real place too.
It really is a real place. I've looked it up too.
I'll just say that he's from Cleveland, but
just like I figured out Downers Grove was a real place because that's where my cousin lives. So,
and that's where C Free lives too. So,
yep, C Free lives in Downers Grove.
That's
where Leapin' Lanny's from.
Leapin' Lanny.
But anyways, we've come to about that time. I guess you know what? We got to check in. We got a special check-in only because we're gonna.
Is it Craig DeGeorge this week?
No, it's not Craig DeGeorge this week. But who it is, we're gonna see him again this weekend. So enjoy your viewing.
Yes.
Away from all the action. Saturday night, January 22nd at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, from the sold-out Providence Civic Center, the 1994 WWF Royal Rumble. This year's main event is a casket match between 600-pound WWF champion Yokozuna and The Undertaker. We found out that Yokozuna is spooked. This guy does not like all the talk about caskets. Remember, in order to win a casket match, your opponent must be stuffed inside that casket and the lid must be slammed shut. This one has all the makings of a classic. Well, you heard earlier in this show, every title in the World Wrestling Federation is on the line this year at the Royal Rumble. What a night of action it's going to be. Let's jump right into the Royal Rumble match itself with a list of the 18 WWF superstars that are scheduled to appear. Bret the Hitman Hart, the very dangerous Crush, The Rock,
All right, Mr. Pettingill letting us know what was going down at the 1994 Royal Rumble.
Which was one of the worst rumbles.
Himself.
That was one of the worst. That was one of the worst rumbles ever.
Oh yeah, it was improv.
That was too. Yeah, and it was like 45 minutes long, and it was terrible, bro.
I remember that's where the big heart split happened.
Yeah, right before WrestleMania 10.
And that was where Bret Hart and that other guy, the other
Lawrence.
Guy.
Yeah, Lawrence, Larry from Buffalo.
Yeah, Lawrence, I can't stay on the University of Miami Hurricanes football team fall.
Yeah, that was
out to the ring.
Yeah. That was a terrible Royal Rumble.
It really was. It was improv. That's all I remember about that. It was improv, and I wanted to go, and my mom said it wasn't happening. I was so good.
That's like the only pay-per-view I'd want to go to. Like, big, aside from, another Mania, I would love to go to the Royal Rumble. See, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, now that I've done Mania, I want to do the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Because it's like I tell everybody, and you can disagree with me on this if you want, but the Royal Rumble, you are guaranteed to pretty much see everybody.
Yeah. Just about. And maybe some people that you don't expect.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget that part. You get it. There's always a surprise here and there.
Yeah.
So
not any of the guys that we've talked about, though, tonight. I don't think any of them have been in a Royal Rumble.
No, but they've been on the Royal Rumble.
Possibly.
Somebody's got to carry the throne.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
King.
That's true. Somebody does. It's always somebody.
You always saw a mustache and a mullet. That's how you knew.
Yeah. Never knew who they were, though. Never could remember who any of those guys were.
Yeah, those guys we couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. All I know is that I don't know any of them by name. I just saw them get thrown around here, there, and everywhere.
Right.
But we've got enhancement talent we're talking about, or jobbers, all small letters. Because they always got the losing side of the loser share of
the loser's purse. Yeah,
the losers share of the purse, as good old Gorilla would put it. But did they really?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'd always say that. I'd be like, well, did they really? It's just you figure they get paid to go out there and take a dive, look down, do your job, get out, put the other guy over.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Go to the hotel, have a couple of beers.
Call it back. See you when we're back in town.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much, but I mean that's what I think that's what's missing from wrestling now. You know what I mean? That's what's
Yeah.
missing now.
That and managers,
For me, that was the greatest because, especially, and yeah, I know I'm aging myself pretty badly here. To me, the big four pay-per-views were just that. They were the big four for a reason because there was a lot of build-up to them. There wasn't a pay-per-view every month. It was just those four, and that was it. Everything was build-up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know with the we want more generation, this, that, and the other, and obviously the almighty dollar, that speaks loudly. But,
Very true. Very true.
I mean, I really, really miss the four pay-per-view only format.
Yeah.
The four pay-per-view and then enhancement talents, except for one match, which would be your feature bout.
Right.
On
You
Saturday.
might have like one in the middle, some mid card, upper mid card guys, and then have your feature bout. But having all of your main guys week in and week out, that kind of burns you out too. That'll kind of burn the guys with the talent out.
I mean, really, because you never saw red and yellow every Saturday unless it was on a promo.
Yeah.
Wrestling or on like Brother Love.
Yeah. That was as physical as it got was Brother Love.
Same thing, yeah. Same thing with Warrior, and then Hitman kind of changed that, kind of.
Yeah.
But just growing up, that's all it was. Still, but even still, when he had the belt, it was still enhancement talent, and then everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're gonna get into some more of these guys. I mean, so we had Iron Mike Sharp, we had Brady Boone, we had Gilbert, we had the Hardys, Barry Horowitz, and the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yep.
And then Alex Wright, just as a bonus. X-Pac, too.
Throw it on in there, Alex Wright.
But, another guy who got jobbed out, who I wouldn't say is a jobber, is once he went up to New York, was our guy, Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
Yeah. Little small storyline at the beginning with the whole referee thing and then him beefing with the Hammer. But after that, it was like, like when I found out that he held Big Gold, legitimately was like the NWA champion, I was like, wow, really? He was good somewhere else?
I was like, for real?
Yeah.
He was there for it, didn't he?
Yeah. I had no idea that he was NWA champion.
Which alone should have been like, enough on your resume to be like, okay, maybe we got something here. Even if it's a secondary title.
Right. But no, I had no clue. He was that good.
I just remember the Garvin stomp, and he had the shin guard too, just like Frank the Hammer.
Yep.
But yes, the towel, and the Garvin stomp.
Yeah, that was my guy, man. I rock with Rugged Ronnie Garvin. I thought he was pretty cool.
Man.
Yeah.
Every time Orton does it, man, that is the Garvin stomp. Don't be renaming that.
Right.
The patented Orton stomp. Like, no.
That is
Rugged Ronnie Garvin is not Norton. So no. So there you go, Ryan Suter. 2 shout-outs to you. You had Max Moon. And now you got Rugged Ronnie. Do you want me to just go for the 3-peat and just say Repo Man? And we can end the show?
Repo Man. Oh, poor Barry. He must have been out there bad, man. Barry Darsow must have been out there bad to take the Repo Man gimmick on and think that he was actually going to get over.
Listen, man, he went from penthouse to shithouse real quick.
Yeah, quick. He went from Mr. Perfect to Red Rooster in like the blink of an eye.
Really? I mean, the Repo Man. We're not talking about Smash because we all know what Smash did, but I'm talking Repo Man was jobbing to everybody.
Mm-hmm. The Black Top Bully.
He didn't have anything significant going for him. I mean, he repossessed the $1 million belt to fight with Virgil. That was about the highlight. And
did you see that he brought it out on NXT Tuesday? They're going to have a ladder match this weekend for you.
And it's going to be permanent title. Triple H said.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
We're going to be seeing the $1 million belt weekly, and I'm in love with that.
I'm all for it. Just drop the price on it on shop because I'm not giving y'all $400 for that damn thing.
Yeah, me either. I feel you.
Not doing
I'd be
that.
looking at that, and I'd be listen. I'm trying to get in on these raffles to get it, and it's like I'll drop $10 just to get a spot, but that's
Yeah,
it.
but you're not gonna get the other $390 for me to ship. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm all
that's
set.
like how I got my big gold. It was $100.
Right.
Well, not $100, but it was $10. But there's 100 spots, and whatever didn't get filled. They were just going to take what they could get. Best $10 I ever spent. So
Not bad.
on a belt. So I got that, and I use it for trivia now.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
They love it. It's over.
That's good. That's the whole point. That
It
was
is.
the whole point.
Well, yep.
Unlike these guys that we're talking about today, they're not over.
We're not getting. They're not. No, they're not. They aren't over, but they were putting over.
Yeah, they were. They were good at it.
Yeah, like my next enhancement talent, because we're gonna have to talk about this one for a while. It is the goat of all goats, the jobber to the stars.
Scott Taylor.
He has put over the likes of The Undertaker, Razor Ramon, and countless others in that era, including Bret the Hitman Hart.
Not Scott Taylor.
We're talking about the guy that I was in the same building with for WrestleMania 35, Mr. Paul the Goat Van Dam.
Dude, it was 80,000 damn people there. It's not like y'all were just the only two standing at MetLife. I was in the same building as the rest. Of course, you and 78,000 other damn people. You were in the same building as a lot of people that day.
It's because that's the closest I'm gonna be there too. Be right there. I could also say I was in the same building next to Pat McAfee in his like booty shorts, but
No, I'll pass. Thanks.
yeah, that trust me, I'm like okay.
Man.
But yes, Paul Van Dale was there, and they
Paul
showed
Van
him on the
Dale.
big screen, and that was it for me. WrestleMania A+.
Paul Van Dale. For those of y'all that don't know, Paul Van Dale was the dude that jobbed to Razor Ramon on his debut TV match. And he is Carmella's father.
And he is also from right here in the great state of Massachusetts.
Okay.
That was my cheap pop, bro. Come on, let me have that.
All right,
yeah,
fine. Right here.
He jobbed to the stars. He really did. Paul the Buzzsaw Van Dale.
Never heard of him before he came to Vince.
No, we never heard of him. The only reason I figured out who it was after me and you were talking about it, and he's still the GOAT to me. I don't care. But they were like, she's a second generation wrestler. I'm like, who? This was like in NXT, and I'm like, who? And then finally they said it was like, daughter of Paul Van Dale. I'm like, I don't let this guy up.
Right. Who is this dude?
I was like, who is this guy? And then that was right around the time we were like, did you know that Carmella's dad? I'm like,
Yeah, like I had just Googled her just to see what she was doing before she got into wrestling, and I saw her name, and then, I was scrolling, and you know how you get on Wiki and you fall down the hole, and I'm like, okay, Paul, and then I looked up Razor Ramon's debut match for a completely different reason, and then that's when I put the two and two together. I don't know why I was looking at Razor Ramon's debut match, but it's like Paul Van Dam. Oh shit, Carmella's dad. He was the one that took the first Razor's Edge on TV. Cool.
Yep. And he's taken quite a few tombstones from Mean Mark.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was a pretty put together dude, though.
He really is, man. And I mean, he does like a boxing thing, like up here in Worcester somewhere, I guess.
Okay.
So,
I won't be looking him up.
Might be
I will not be looking him up.
just like I made to the friendly tap, but I'll do a review where I can actually videotape it, because just like who we're talking about, it was underwhelming.
It was very underwhelming and seen.
I think on that note, now that we've got Mr. Van Dale, the GOAT,
Who's our fave?
That's right.
We're going to
because I'm in the middle of a 4-day weekend.
Oh,
happy birthday, Dan.
Sounds nice, right? I know.
Yeah, I tried.
You got to wait to get it for me tomorrow, though. I'm not doing that shit early.
That's all right, bro.
We still
I'll
got
take
2 hours, though.
I'll take my lumps. I'm only 41 for another couple hours. So.
Yeah, true.
And then I can look at Facebook Appreciation Day.
Yeah, I don't have my birthday on Facebook.
But we all know the group, so
and that's the only place that matters. As long as y'all know,
Don't worry. I ain't got no James Ellsworth video message for you. I promise.
Yeah, as long as y'all know I share a birthday with Bruce Smith, then that's really among others. But let's just say Bruce Smith and leave the rest for the.
I've already heard the best birthday present news ever is that mandatory minicamp start next week. So I'm cool with that.
You know what would be better is if Aaron Rodgers showed up at minicamp in Vegas. That would be dope. But we can't have everything.
Nope, you're right. We can't. I'd be remiss just before we wrap it up because this is more than a wrestling show if I didn't talk about Julio Jones to the Titans.
We don't have no Titan fans in the group either.
No, Ryan.
The only Tennessean that we got in the group is a damn Dolphins fan.
Suitor, and he likes the Dolphins. So
what the hell is wrong with that dude?
This is him. I'm telling you right now. I'm a Tannehill guy.
He is a Tannehill guy, but he's going to be wearing his Dolphins jersey in January when he goes to that game against the Titans. I know that much.
Oh, yep. He's a Tannehill guy, and that will be his whole reason for jumping on that.
He's not jumping shit, bro. Trust me. I guarantee I'll talk to him before I go to bed tonight. He's not jumping shit.
I don't think he will either.
No, I know he's not. It's going to take more than a receiver to get him out of that teal and orange.
Oh, yeah. Other than that, looking forward to seeing what our Raiders got in store.
Man.
I'm in a wish me luck too because on Sunday I'm in a raffle for a front row seat. It's like me and like 50 other people.
Front row seat for what?
Monday Night Football.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were going to say SummerSlam. I was getting ready to throw my damn computer.
No. Week 1 of if it was SummerSlam.
Yeah. Week 1 Baltimore, right?
Yeah, they're playing Baltimore. At the Roomba.
What?
It looks like a damn Roomba.
It does. Yes, it does. I got a buddy that lives in Vegas. He takes the aerials all the time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like a Roomba.
Yeah.
But
shout outs?
That's all I'm looking forward to.
Got any shout outs this week, dude?
Nah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Thanks for hanging with me for another year, at least.
Hey.
I'll take that. A shout out to everybody just because when it's my birthday, everybody's happy.
That's
what it is. And that's it. Just another year down. 1 year closer to 50. But we ain't there yet. So, other than that, you got any shout outs?
Nah, man, just the regulars. Tango was supposed to jump on with us tonight, but he's too busy gaming. So, shout out to Tango for the game. Arthur, bring your ass, man. You were supposed to be back a couple weeks ago. Bring your ass.
On you too.
No, but other than that, man, not really.
He's probably gonna come back next week when she comes back into the ring.
Yeah, whatever. Also, I'm still waiting on Mike to put me on the show. Playoffs is coming to an end. I'll take the finals too if we can talk finals basketball and shit. But other than that, man, not really though. It was it was a quick good one tonight. I enjoyed it, but the late start kind of made us end early, and my little one is ready to get tucked in. My little one is ready to get tucked in, and I'm picking up a shift tomorrow. So.
Oh, you're picking up a shift?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's on that note. We'll see y'all next week. That's Will. I'm Dan. Dig it. See ya.